Alright, welcome to a caring world. Anthony Robbins, notes from a friend. Welcome to a caring world. First time I took up the 10-day mental challenge, that lasted only about 2 days, but I can tell you that about holding myself to a higher standard by persisting until I succeeded. The 10-day mental challenge became a life challenge experience that know with the diligence it can produce the same level of freedom for you as for me. And now I'd like to offer you a different sort of challenging special invitation, if you will, would begin with the book where the idea one of the best ways to solve their own problems, create and our own happiness, is to help someone else who is in the tough position we are. When we pull to meet with a difficult life, it's out of the problems are unsolvable. The first thing I do is interrupt the habitual mindset, make the simple request I want to either forget about your problem for a day or two, look for someone else who is having a rougher time than you are right now, and see if the person making just a life better. My advance is often met with that looks says, there's no one bigger problem than I have, but of course this is never the truth. If you lost your job, then go find a couple who lost their son and daughter. If they're struggling to meet needs ends meet, find someone who is struggling to stay alive on the street with a fretting over the bout with a misproportion, someone huddling down in the doorways to seek shelter, harsh weather, getting sustenance only with a soup kitchen. Remember how lucky we really are. Chances are there's more than one person out there with more difficult challenges than when you're currently facing. Helping go out and do two things. It will, one, put your problem in perspective. Your burden will probably seem light. In comparison, you'll see firsthand with amazing courage, people, and invariable show with the meeting life with the greatest challenge of to realize that there's always a way to turn things around. Two, if you don't solve the problem, even if you do so in comfort and care about someone else, you learn you cannot give without receiving the back tenfold. I'm not talking about getting a reward for your efforts. I'm tapping into one of the deepest human needs and need for the sense of a contribution. Simply by giving unselfishly, you'll experience ultimately human joy and fulfillment. So how do you take this part in this? It's not difficult. No way the next 24 hours or at most within the next week, give someone you don't even know a little bit or help, a little bit of support. Maybe tomorrow you could get a look in the yellow pages, take a retirement home, conveyance home, and one way to work instead of getting stuck in the traffic, you could stop in, introduce yourself with a person in charge, and ask someone who hasn't had a visitor in a while. You could say that it's likely to meet someone who doesn't have a family, someone who does yet never see them, and introduce yourself for the first time. Give them all but a big smile and hi Charlie. Charlie's just saying, happy as you see you as to see him. How about with a greater big bear with a hug? Just spend an hour with him, simple talking, listening, finding out who he is, what he's all about. What do you think that would be a lonely soul to the total stranger caring enough to come just to see him? Better yet, what do you think that would do for you? At a minimum, will remind you that your life is really about who you really are, and a fulfillment, most noble fundamental needs human nature is to connect, contribute, and transform you. And sometimes take the time and give yourself the gift of it comes only of those that give it unselfishly. As our time together is to the end, I'd like to ask you for the personal favor to promise me that you'll take great care of yourself. The better you are, the more you're able to give the others. Better you go beyond just taking care of yourself, creating an extraordinary life and an ordinary life, which would add just a little bit of extra, a little bit of dedication, commitment, and love. And please write to tell me how you used what you've learned to improve your own and other lives. I look forward to connecting you with you personally. Till then, may the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm on your face. May the rain fall soft upon your fields. Until we meet again, may God hold you softly in the palm of his hand. Old Irish press. Blessing. God bless Anthony Robbins.